Yo, what's up? और आज स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का नाइट स्ट्रीम। तो आप सब और एक सेकंड बस
All the
सेटअप कर
world
लें।
holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
नोटिफिकेशंस आ चुके हैं और आज का थंबनेल कैसा लगा? आई हैव चेंज द थंबनेल। शाह है आज के थंबनेल पे। लेट्स स्टार्ट टुडे स्ट्रीम। आई होप मेरा आवाज आवाज my voice is reaching clear to you guys. Without further ado, I need to be a common chest. I can see that one in front of me. The other one is see. There are three of them here.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. But a momentary distraction.
Hi Ashton, कैसे हो?
But a momentary distraction. Shine down!
What's one more?
हाँ देखो, अगर ये इस प्लैनेट पे अगर हो जाता है तो फिर शाव के लिए अगर हमको नहीं लगता है कि अगर हम शॉप को फुल कर पाएंगे तो नहीं करेंगे विश कलेक्ट करेंगे
Shine down. Whirling snow.
You're pretty good. I'm quite impressed.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
चलो कलेक्ट करो अभी तो 10 दिन और बाकी है 20 विशेस हो जाएंगे आई गेस काफी कॉस्टली विशेस हैं हाफ प्राइस होने से ओ इसमें तो टाइम लिमिट भी है अरे यार 10 सेकंड और आ गया हम चेक ही नहीं किए टाइम नहीं डिफीट है टाइम लिमिट रहते हैं हम हरा गए इसको ये रेजिन्स हैं आज के यार कंडेंस्ड रेजिन्स हम यूज कर रहे थे पिछले आज के रेजिन्स से क्या करना है दिवाली और आज मंडे है ना ये नहीं वेडनेसडे संडे मंडे को आई थिंक टार्टगलिया का हो जाएगा हाँ ये होगा एक सेकंड Let's do this one. Okay, आओ आओ आज हमारी हीलिंग एक सेकंड तो ये डोमेन करना है क्या ये वाला डोमेन करना है तो आओ साथ में कर रहे हैं हम तो अभी ये वाला डोमेन ही करेंगे कंडेंस्ड रेजिन्स करेंगे हाँ, सुनो, condensed resins। 4 बार हो गए नया इवेंट स्टार्ट हो गया। ओह स्टार्ट हो चुका है। एंड चेक इट आउट। ये वाला है, ये वाला नहीं है। यू रेजिन्स यूज करने के बाद हम लोग क्वेश्चंस करेंगे आज का। हमारे पास basically
No time to lose.
यही लेंगे सर। एक्चुअली हमको याद नहीं है डोमेन कैसा है, क्या होने वाला है। सो सी हाउ इट गोस। I want to see how strong is I am. यार अपने को भी मिस, अगर हम खेल रहे होते तो हम ले चुके यार। हम खेलते
Illusion shattered.
I have not bennett
Take flight.
cool है।
Embrace the ice.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Over here.
आज चाइल्ड का डैमेज तो सही हो गया। ये वाला सही है। एक्चुअली कंडेंस्ड रेजिन्स यूज करने को
Shine down.
No time to lose.
एक्चुअली उनका पिंक कितना कम है। कितना ज़्यादा है. I have 274 and I think Astra has also has around that much only.
Adventure time!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Everybody stand back! Blink!
Who can I find who might amuse me?
I didn't see my damage. I was also hitting, but और क्या लगता है आज कौन कौन ज्वाइन करेगा अपना स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट किए यार.
Dreamwork!
No time to lose.
The merrier.
Blink!
अरे यार
Let me amuse my.
Let's light it up!
one more gold. अच्छा जी एक बार और करना है. I don't think Asta को ये वाला लास्ट
No time
राउंड
to
है.
lose.
आफ्टर दिस अपन लोग कुछ और करेंगे. क्या बोलते हैं इसमें बस एरो शूट करें.
Adventure time!
No time to lose.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is
The more, the merrier.
now you shall perish! Everybody stand back!
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
The more, the
To oblivion!
Okay, there we go. ये आसान हो गई Ayaka was him. Ayaka is women के लिए काम करेगी. Hello, I think I have collected quite enough. Missions कर देते हैं हम. किसी mission click कर रहे हैं. Charlie. एक सेकंड तब हमको अपनी राइडेन को बाहर निकालने दो. स्टफ वही ले आने दो.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
Let's go, Dan. इसका बगल वाला एरिया भी तो अभी अनलॉक नहीं. आई थिंक सुमेरु इधर ही है. आई थिंक सुमेरु इधर ही है.
You can run, but you can't hide. Title win.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
और Damage area.
Embrace the ice!
No time to lose.
Whirling snow! Now you shall perish! There is no escape! Off we go!
Riptide.
Illusion shattered! Venti! My apologies! There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Everybody stand back!
You can run, but you can't
Take
hide.
flight! Illusion shattered!
And there we go. Okay, let me also get out of this. Agapan commissions commissions.
There is no escape!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
My apologies! Shine down! Illusion shattered! Let's light it up! Take flight!
Hate these guys.
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! Kamisato art! Sumetsu!
No time to lose. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Inazuma ka kami. Entry ke. I should go to this island. एक second.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
वो डोर है. नामी अनलॉक. हाँ यही लास्ट वाला बचा हुआ था अनलॉक ऑलरेडी. नोटिस प्राइस गिवन अच्छा. द प्राइस ऑफ दिस इवेंट नहीं दिखा रहा. The Almighty Ataki. डमरू को डुरमा डुरमा क्यों था मुझे ये नहीं पता. Should be डमरू इवेंट. यहाँ से यहाँ तक काफी दूर है तो उसको छोड़ देंगे अभी. दूसरा कमीशन करते हैं. अरे यार कहाँ था ये तो. फर्स्ट टाइम में अपन सही बार सीरियल के लिए तो अपन अपने को स्टॉप
Just what will we come across this time? Windblade!
Illusion shattered.
Next, I have done two. आई थॉट कि हमको सैमुराई सबको फाइट करने मिलेगा बट नहीं मिल रहा है। थोड़ा और क्लोज में आके बोलते हैं और ये अच्छा इस पे
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up! Huh? Yeah.
अभी और होना चाहिए। ये सी में क्यों है?
Adventure time! Off we go! Adventure time! Hup.
Was quite an interesting.
I could get used to this.
मेरा जगह कहाँ चला गया है? Should I go here? ये रात हो गया फिर से। Speed ahead. I think we have reached and Vishaka पहुंच
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest. All right, now we're talking.
And okay.
No time to lose.
Any cop over
No time to lose.
you also punch and then that.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Kamisato Ayaka, present. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Let's kill all the fucking agents. पानी पी के आते हैं एक सेकंड. Idea आया है.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
as a jeweler.
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
All the opportunities. Let's kill all the opportunities. Enemy. I think it's good now. मेरा आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है क्या? और रुको एक सेकंड, हल्का सा गेम साउंड करा ले.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander
आई थिंक
scale,
ये
no
गुड है.
doubt.
हाँ, ये इतना पे आना चाहिए. ये वाला चलेगी नहीं. ये हम है कहाँ? ये डिसएडवांटेज हो सकता है. ये डिसएडवांटेज.
Shine down!
एक let's kill. Navigation हम बंद नहीं. कहाँ पे है ये?
Illusion shattered, torn to oblivion! Ha!
No escape!
Ha!
So soon!
There is no escape! Ha!
I think she can do it alone.
You can't run from death.
Shut up. ही दूर आ गए ना. एक सेकेंड यार, लैंड मेरे पास कितना प्रीमो हो गया है.
Illusion Inazuma shines eternal!
Prepare yourself.
Shine down! My apologies! Sakura swirl!
Leaving so soon.
Unthinkable!
Can't you?
I have dishonored
ये चल एक सेकंड हम अपना चेक कर लेते हैं. आवाज चेक कर लेते हैं. सही डाउट हो रहा है क्या आवाज जा रही है.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Or not. Oh,
इसलिए
ow!
हमको थोड़ा सा जोर से
Where did that
बोलना
come from?
पड़ेगा तभी अच्छे से आवाज क्लियर होगी
Adventure time!
ये नेक्स्ट पे चलते हैं नेक्स्ट है अपना डेस्टिनेशन यहाँ पे
Adventure time!
वीडियोस बनाना चाहिए
Adventure time!
हाँ ये सब बग
No escape.
Everybody stand back!
Riptide!
There is no escape!
Can't run from death.
वेरी गुड ये हो चुकी है अपनी आया का इनाजुमा में आई डोंट थिंक कि कोई फटुए एजेंट है देयर इज अ फटुए एजेंट इन क्या कर रही है
Torn to oblivion!
इतना कम डैमेज
Leaving so soon.
Insolent!
Let's light it up! Whirling snow!
No escape.
Let's light it up!
You can't run from death.
या व्हाटएवर अजय कुछ का एक और चाहिए
Off we go! Adventure time! It's a miracle!
और यहाँ पे हम कहाँ से जाएं यहाँ से यार इधर काफी दूर पड़ जाएगा यार यार एग्जाम खत्म होने के बाद जो मतलब ये है ना इससे बड़े कोई चीज नहीं यार है हमको फिशिंग करना है बट अपन नहीं करना है
Let's light it up!
उसको पहले डिफीट कर सकते
Off we go. Shine down.
Leaving so soon?
I'm going in. Illusion shattered.
Prepare yourself.
Shine down. Let's light it up. Shoot, I can't afford any more bandages. Get out of here. Let's light it up.
now अब हो जाएगा और यहाँ पे करते हुए इसको असेंड केवल एक ही मैन इतना ज्यादा बस 3%. इसका बेस अटैक ज्यादा है ये रॉयल लॉन्ग स्वॉर्ड
Off we go.
ऐसे यहाँ पे फिर से आते हैं।
Adventure time.
ये होल एरिया डूबा हुआ है पानी के अंदर यहाँ पे भी एक चेस्ट हर चेस्ट लाइट टॉर्च को लाइट अप करना है
Everybody stand back! Illusion shattered! Now you shall perish!
Killjoy!
You can run, but you can't hide.
Looks like I went too far.
and that's how you do it.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
यहाँ पे
It's a miracle! Adventure time!
आई थिंक यहाँ पे अब एलिमेंट चाहिए.
Understood. It's nothing.
ये गया यहाँ का पानी. सीढ़ी और यहाँ पर.
A pleasure to be working with you.
Take flight.
Who's next?
My apologies. Off we go. Let's light it up.
पर ये what am I doing here? Well, behind. What's going on?
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Let's light it up. Illusion shattered. Sakura swirl.
This is bad.
Let's light it up.
This isn't good. Roast and fry. This one's well done. Feels clogged. Let's move. Cook this through.
मान जाने के लिए हम ऊपर आ गए.
No time to lose. I could get used to this. Yeah. Yeah. No time to lose.
Nice.
I'm going in! There is no escape!
But a momentary distraction.
यहाँ से कोई रास्ता नहीं.
Take them. I have no need.
Let's finish this quickly.
Incoming! Hey!
I'm good.
Illusion shattered! Don't blink!
You give, you receive.
Yeah. Selection.
Adventure time!
Yeah.
Let's end this quickly.
Torn to oblivion! With sword comes shadow.
Riptide. Tidal wave. No time to lose.
This isn't good.
Amateur mistake. Now I just need to get my hands on the rest. No time to
तो
lose.
कुछ सिली नहीं दिख रहा है इधर ये-
Off we go.
ये कैसे- ये अपना तीसरा सीन ये वही वाला सीन है नहीं लगता कि वो वाला सीन काफी ये दूर भी है।
Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day.
Hey, almost 2400 हो गया that's 7 more days भाई अभी यहाँ पे और स्लीप नहीं क्या है दिखेगा तो वापस आएंगे तो आपका मिशन
Off we go.
बस अपने को ये चाहिए काफी चाहिए ये क्या है मिरर्स सही सही क्वेश्चन है.
Adventure time! Off we go!
Add astro. Thank you for Add astro.
एक सेकंड हम वापस आते हैं.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight. Error.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Wind go with you.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Oh. Or not.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go!
Come take a look. There will definitely
Oh,
be something.
ow! Where did that come from?
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Rebooting.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Oh. Or not.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near.
Error. That's what I'll make tonight.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Oh. Or not.
Come take a look.
All I can
There will
think about
definitely
is
be something that
Diluc.
catches your eye.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. 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 Or not.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches
Let's
your
go find some treasure.
Gosh, all I can think about is diluc.
Hey, I'm back.
error.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
There's a strange wanderer.
Oh. Oh. Or not.
Takes it.
Adventure time!
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolf.
ये वाला नहीं कहाँ हो रही है अरे तो ये फिर ये टाकी जो वाला कहाँ
Oh, ow!
अच्छा ये आ गया ना सही है बट अभी तो ये
Where did that come from?
वो स्टोरी को स्टार्ट ही तक नहीं हुआ
Oh, brother. He too had to get someone else to write his invitations for him? This guy's beyond hope.
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Oh, hey, Hoishin. Long time no see. Fancy meeting you here. How's work these days?
Thanks to the help of people like you and colleagues like Ganyu, better all the time.
ए
But
तो पे कर दो
I've been feeling distracted at work lately.
हो गया
I just feel constantly agitated. It's a long story. But my father, he's thinking of stepping down from the Tianshu position due to health issues.
उनको सक्सेशन मिलने वाला एक सेकंड यार
What's
मैं
wrong with
वायर
Uncle
सब
Tien?
Nothing specifically. He's not unwell. He says he's just increasingly low on energy these days. He's always said, old age comes for us all in the end. Still, I just can't help but feel a little emotional watching it happen to him. Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangsheng Tea House. Why don't you come pay him a visit with me? He
हाँ
seems very
चलो
fond of you too. I'm sure chatting with you will make him very happy.
Sure, let's go. Still, the almighty Arataki Great and Glorious Drum-Along Festival does sound pretty exciting. Do you think they'll have lots of tasty snacks? Ooh, why don't we go to Rito and check it out? Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Well,
मैच नहीं कर रहे हैं यार आवाज
why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea? I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much like to hear your adventure stories. Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually catching up with me. As I grow older, I'm Starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, the flesh is weak. Especially recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels. I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today. Nevertheless, I wish to pass on the position before my mental acuity begins to decline beyond redemption.
कोर्स यार कितना दिन ये
How
काम करेंगे?
difficult is it to transfer the Tianshu position?
Oh, well, you see, the Tianshu is a rather unique position among the Liyue Qixing. Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning and giving advice, so a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free from influence by outside forces, so we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends their candidate of choice, and this is then approved by the other Qixing members.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer. In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tian here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
Why not?
What do you think?
हमें बहुत कुछ थोड़ी करना है. तो यार
Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tian, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house.
business. I like that. I also want my hotels.
You're all set?
Uncle Tian seems really worn down. It's like all his energy's gone.
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tian is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingbo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingbo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right,
As you
heads in the
see.
game, people. The stakes don't get...
Got it. We'll keep our eyes
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an
I think
appointment.
this is a good impression.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being unreasonable.
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances, it would be better than nothing.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just...
देखते हैं ये वाला हम read करेंगे. I'll take my time. GI का है domestic affairs, foreign affairs and
Finished, huh?
Everyone took it very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets. That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interviews. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at a time. Start with Qianwei.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you 2 are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing 2 entirely unfamiliar faces. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward. Although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
Oh, Is it my turn?
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days.
Numbers and memory.
In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days? My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
Is it just Paimon, or is he...
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move.
Oh!
I
Hello.
can't be balanced.
Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Very fair question. I completely understand where you're coming from. But I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer. All right, next.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was...
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Mingbo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, very detail-oriented. But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingbo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Perfect summary! Paimon could...
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details, his methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Yi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Great!
We'll see. Off we go!
I see. Then it's...
All right. Then let me ask this. The ideas in Yi's manifesto are very similar.
Oh. I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. But I can tell you now. Those 3 candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similar. But Qianwei went on to focus on his business, and Mingbo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Whoa! So how did you get...
Qianwei was referred to me by an old friend. Mingbo came to my attention in the course of my work, and As for a jury, that was pure happenstance. We first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started. Jury came from a poor family. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. The young are growing up, and I am growing.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you.
Oh, you. There's really no.
Sounds like you sure.
Ooh, there's nothing.
Fresh fish soup.
Doesn't it? Also, when we've been fishing recently, Jerry always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. The addition of these makes that flavor makes for a fond memory.
Oh, come.
Let's get back to the matter.
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Jury's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough. Remember.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. So, it's gonna be Jerry, right? His manifesto was written well, and he's the best speaker.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Huh? So, are you gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear.
Yeah.
The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels. For example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little wind and waves.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work file.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Jerry?
We are going to do it.
Zhi, well, obviously as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the North Wharf. Maybe he has some news for us.
That's actually not a bad idea.
This one famous midnight. Yeah.
Adventure time! Off we go!
Huh? What's Bulai doing here today? pay.
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsettias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them instead.
Okay, well, when you put it that way... Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsettias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
Actually, we want to ask you about a guy called Juri. Have you heard of him before?
Juri? I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local community. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Juri never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, he even helped support the family. He returned cruelty with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of...
Oh, he sounds like a decent man.
Why are you asking about him anyway? You aren't looking for a brand ambassador too, are you? Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... That's Juri right over there. Why don't we go and talk...
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Linlong. Come on, let's follow them and listen in. Try not to let him see you.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
What's the hurry? Don't get too close, or he'll see you. Try not to let him see you.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Linlong.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
क्या है यार?
Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems...
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Do we... Wait. You're not just trying...
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do become Tianshu, I'll look out for you guys. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
We will? Well, come on! Off to the South Wharf! speed of light. Don't blink.
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers. Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the, Liyue Anglers Association, and we just wanted to ask a few questions about someone. We've heard about this young man called Zhi, who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you happen to have heard of him?
Whoa! Yeon made up a whole fake identity. Without batting.
Ah, yes, Zhi. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go they meet someone who's heard of him. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Oh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry. When they're gone, they're...
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We just...
Wow!
Society for Fish?
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct a simple survey. We've heard about a certain Zhi who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area.
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell you what. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Huh? What?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes, and he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be... It's not like he catches much anyway.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him, that's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of...
For scamming. 300 for one. 3 for 1,000. Oh, dude. Purple scam.
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah. Honored to meet. What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but new.
Really? People said I know everything there is to know?
But of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who never.
Great! So what do you wish to know?
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu,
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about? I've heard many tales of jury. For example, probably because it's nothing that important. I prefer.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let.
Oh yeah, I know that. It was before that. People always used to talk about jury in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But 2 or 3 months ago, suddenly everyone started to like him. Sometimes he gives me candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you?
I mean, just as I thought.
I'm not that. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about jury stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great. So next time I see them.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? What was strange about it? GE seems to have a great reputation.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from? It almost seems too good to be true.
Sudden? Too good to be true.
So he returns cruelty with kindness and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and wide hear about him wherever they go. That's a little over the top. Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly, plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been his childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are.
When you put it like that.
Of course, if that's all there was to it, Jur-E was born into a poor family, paying people to get his story. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned, he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has right, and that changes everything. It can mean a powerful faction is trying to gain influence over the Liu at Xixing. That's the worst-case scenario. But all too often, the most pessimistic speculation turns out to be.
Someone's trying to gain even if we ask GE.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office, whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. So, come on, let's get back to.
Well, I am getting tired today, so I'm looking up soon.